If you've been trying to land a remote job but keep thinking, I don't have enough experience. I've never worked remotely before. No one's going to hire me. This video is for you. Because one of the biggest myths online right now is that you need years of experience before a company will hire you remotely. And that's simply not true. Remote companies hire beginners every single day. People with no remote background, people changing careers, people coming out of school, people re-entering the workforce, people with customer service experience, admin experience, sales experience, or sometimes no formal experience at all. So if you've been doubting whether remote work is possible for you, I want to walk through exactly how to approach it strategically. Because getting a remote job without experience is possible. You just need the right plan. Why remote work feels hard to break into. Let's start with why this feels so difficult. Most people open a remote job board and immediately feel discouraged. You search for roles, find something interesting, open the description, and then see 2 years experience required. Previous remote experience preferred. Must know multiple software tools. Industry experience needed. And instantly, it feels like the door is closed. That's usually the moment people stop applying. But job descriptions are often wish lists. Companies list their ideal candidate. That doesn't always mean every requirement is mandatory. Hiring managers know they may not get someone who checks every single box, which means your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to look strong enough to interview. That's a very different strategy. You probably already have more relevant experience than you think. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. A lot of people say, I have no experience. But when we unpack that, what they usually mean is, I don't have direct remote job experience. That's not the same thing. Because experience doesn't only come from remote jobs. Experience can come from anywhere. Maybe you've helped customers, answered emails, worked retail, handled admin tasks, organized schedules, managed spreadsheets, worked with a team, supported clients, done social media, sold products online, volunteered, worked in hospitality, helped a family business, run a side hustle, coordinated projects at school. Those are all transferable skills. And transferable skills are incredibly valuable in remote work. Companies often train for the job itself. What they struggle to train is communication, ownership, responsibility, initiative, professionalism, reliability, problem solving. Those matter a lot. Focus on beginner-friendly remote roles. This is where strategy becomes important. A lot of job seekers waste months applying to roles that are simply too advanced. Not because they aren't capable, but because they're applying too far above entry level. Instead, focus on beginner-friendly remote jobs. Roles where employers regularly hire people with little or no direct experience. That might include virtual assistant roles, customer support, sales development, remote admin support, appointment setting, data entry, research assistant roles, community moderation, junior operations roles, entry-level recruiting support, content support. These roles often prioritize communication, organization, responsiveness, attention to detail, reliability. If you can demonstrate those well, you become much more competitive. Your first remote job doesn't have to be your forever job. It's your entry point, your launch pad. Once you're in, everything gets easier. Your CV needs to feel remote ready. This part matters more than many people realize. Your CV is often the first impression. Before anyone speaks to you, before an interview, before a recruiter checks your profile, your CV is doing the talking. And if it doesn't quickly communicate value, it gets skipped. A strong remote CV should show who you are, what skills you bring, what tools you know, what outcomes you've delivered, and why you can work independently, even if your previous experience isn't directly remote. Frame your experience around results and responsibilities. For example, did you manage customer requests, handle scheduling, coordinate with teams, track information, resolve problems, support operations? Those things translate extremely well into remote roles. Learn the basic remote tools. One of the easiest wins? Learn the tools remote companies already use. You do not need expert-level knowledge. You just need familiarity. Spend time learning tools like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Slack, Zoom, Notion, Trello, Calendly, Canva, Loom. Even a few hours with these tools helps. Because when an employer asks, "Have you used Slack before?" you can confidently say yes. That confidence changes interviews. And it reduces hiring risk for employers. Stop applying randomly. This part is huge. Many people apply to 100 jobs and hear nothing back. Then they assume the market is impossible. But often the problem isn't effort. It's targeting. Applying randomly burns energy fast. A smarter approach is find roles where your skills match at least half the requirements. Prioritize newer listings. Tailor your application. Keep your CV relevant. Write short, personalized applications. Track what you apply for. Then repeat consistently. Remote job searching works better when treated like a system, not luck. Employers are looking for proof they can trust you. This might be the most important part of remote hiring. Remote employers are asking one question: can this person be trusted to work independently? Because in remote work, there's no manager standing nearby, no office supervision, no one checking in every 5 minutes. So trust becomes everything. Can you manage your time, communicate proactively, meet deadlines, follow through, stay organized, take ownership, solve problems independently? Your application and interviews should answer yes before they even ask. Don't quit too early. This part matters deeply because many talented people give up right before things start working. Remote job searching can feel slow. You might apply, hear nothing, apply again, hear nothing, then suddenly get 2 interviews in 1 week. Momentum can feel invisible until it appears. Progress often happens quietly. Every application improves your positioning. Every rejection sharpens your strategy. Every interview builds confidence. Every version of your CV gets stronger. It compounds. The people who eventually land remote jobs are often not the most qualified. They're the ones who stayed consistent long enough. Final thoughts. If you're trying to get a remote job with no experience, here's what I want you to remember. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need years of experience. You do not need to check every box. You need strategy. You need consistency. You need positioning. And you need patience. Your first remote opportunity can open the door to better income, career growth, promotions, more flexibility, global work opportunities, and a completely different future. Everyone starts somewhere. No one begins with experience. The key is starting before you feel fully ready, because that first opportunity often changes everything. If you're working toward your first remote role right now, keep going. Stay consistent. Your opportunity may be much closer than it feels. And when it comes, you'll be glad you didn't stop.